Happy Che Day, everybody. To conclude, I suppose, this trilogy of videos, it was confirmed this morning Che Adams is officially a Southampton FC player. And in other news today, shortly before that announcement, Matt Targett has also been publicly unveiled as an Aston Villa player, and to complete a decent day, in fact, actually, Danny Ings has also officially completed his permanent switch to Saints, but more on those two later. Let's get into Che Adams. So this is a transfer then that should excite Saints fans, and you know, it's been going on since January. We've been trying to get this deal across the line, and actually kudos and credit to Saints this time round. We've been patient, we haven't panic bought at all, and I think we played it exactly right this time round. We've got a decent fee for a young Hungary striker. He signs a 5-year deal worth £15 million. Now, last season, he was also named in the EFL Championship Team of the Year and shortlisted for the Championship Player of the Season, contributing 22 goals in 48 games for Birmingham City. Now, Ralph has been speaking to the press today and to the official channels. Now, we've been monitoring his progress for some time now, and he has shown a desire to join us above all the other clubs, which shows the positive reputation Southampton has built for developing young players. Not in that sort of accent, just trying to imagine his Austrian twang reading those words. But Adams, he also spoke to the channels and said he's delighted to be here. There was an interest in January. It didn't quite happen though. He's happy for it to all be over and to be gone through. And he said, you know, you can see the track history, the amount of young players that they're playing, the gaffer's belief in the young players, and the squad in itself, where the club is going to be. I want to be part of that. So exciting times ahead then for the striker, really buying into the project of Southampton. Obviously is aware of the philosophy, the criteria of the players that come through the doors. And you can check out the full interview with the Southampton FC official channel by clicking the card above my head after this video and our thoughts, of course. But what I loved about the announcement, and in fact, once again, the Saints media team up to their old tricks, throwing some shade on Liverpool once again. Look carefully, Jurgen Klopp's binoculars. Great stuff. Great stuff again from the Saints media team. Always finding some way to throw shade at someone. If you look back at the Gineppo announcement video on social media, look who's wandering underneath that sinking bridge, or on a sinking ship underneath the Itchian Bridge. Go back and watch it, it's good fun. Anyway, welcome aboard, Che. Welcome to the Ralph Express. Though one man going the opposite way this afternoon, or this morning in fact, going to West Midlands, is Matt Targett. And he ends his 15-year association with Saints, signing as a schoolboy, but now moves to Aston Villa for a reported fee of up to 15 million, becoming their 5th signing of the summer. Now, unfortunately for him though, it's either Bertrand or Targett to be sold this summer, but on the face of things, £15 million is probably too good to turn down for our backup left back, let's be honest, lads. But of course, we do wish him well. There's no animosity in this transfer at all. And I think he'll finally get the chance to really sort of nail down a first team place and perhaps even go on to wear the 3 lines someday. So certainly a lot of potential for him to fulfill at Aston Villa this time. And just a cap, just day one of the real transfer window, or just pre-season in fact, as most of the team reported back to training today, including now permanently Danny Ings. Danny Ings then completed his permanent switch, signing until at least 2022, a reported just over £18 million transfer, potentially rising to 20 with add-ons and bonuses, and alongside a 20% sell-on fee to Liverpool should we decide to move him on later. But hopefully he is with us long term. He looks at home, you know, with his family now, back in the local area for his boyhood club. Great stuff. Of course, there was a minority questioning his fitness and even doubts over his ability last season. Perhaps a minority that was not convinced by Danny Ings, but it was always a loan to a permanent transfer, and it was never an option, but it's always an obligation. I mean, if you look at it last season, 8 goals in all competitions for last season. It's not a bad return considering that he missed quite a fair few through injury. And today's interview that he spoke about feeling good moving into the new season and looking forward to a full season backed by a decent pre-season full of fitness.
Obviously being here for a season already, I felt like it was very up and down for me personally. You know, a few niggles, a few small injuries. But that was off the back of not having a strong pre-season going into the season. Now I'm signed permanently. You know, I feel great. I've looked after myself over the summer, and I'm just raring to go for the new season.
So the key is then to keep Danny fit this season, keep him off that injury table, and keep him on the pitch. Who knows what Ralph's got in mind then? Is he going to employ that 3-4-2-1 or back to his favoured formation in 4-2-2-2? We could well see Adams and Ings be a dynamic duo. But you guys can let me know in the comments which formation and which players you think will be lining up at the beginning of this season. But there you have it then. That really has begun and opened the transfer window. You know, rarely we actually see deals getting across the line before July. We see contracts being made, but never many transfers. So I expect to see more movement, more stories and more substance in these reports in the coming days and weeks. But of course, do let me know your reactions then to Che Adams finally a Southampton FC player, Matt Targett heading to Aston Villa, and Danny Ings on a permanent transfer. Which pieces are left for the jigsaw? Let me know in the comments below. Surely now on Ralph's radar is a centre-back. Thanks for watching. We'll speak to you soon.